Hello students, I welcome all of you to this beautiful session. Today I am here to teach you second language English for class 10 and today I am dealing with the topic Dr. BR Ambedkar. So, in this beautiful session let us begin with a quiz. In this quiz you are going to identify the person. Let us have a picture. You have to identify the name of the person and I will give you 4 options for this and the options are like this. Option A, APJ Abdul Kalam. Option B, KR Narayan. Option C, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Option D, R Venkataraman. Have you guessed the right answer, children? Okay. If you guessed the right answer, we shall look into the right answer now. The right answer is Dr. Rajendra Prasad. You know children, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the first president of India. He was an independence activist and he was the first president to serve for 2 terms in the office. Good. Now we shall go to the second picture, children. I think you feel it very easy to tell the name of the person. Let us have options now. Option A, KR Narayan. Option B, Zakir Hussain. Option C, APJ Abdul Kalam and option D, Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Shall we look into the answer, children? The answer is Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Your answer is absolutely right. You know children, Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan was the second president of India. He was a prominent philosopher, writer and vice chancellor. His birth date is celebrated as Teachers' Day in our country on every September 5th. Here is the next picture for you children and options are like this. Option A, Pratibha Patil. B, V.V. Giri. C, Ramaswamy Venkataraman. D, Pranav Mukherjee. The right answer is, shall we look? A, Pratibha Patil. You know children, Pratibha Patil, Srimati Pratibha Patil served as the 12th president of our country. She was the first woman president of India and also she served as the governor of Rajasthan. Good. We shall go to the next slide children now. Here I am giving you first only the options because you are all very brilliant and with the options you have to read all the name of the persons because I want you to know where our quiz questions are running around. Okay? So, shall we read the options now? Option A, Gyani Zail Singh. Option B, Shankar Dayal Sharma. Option C, V.V. Giri. Option D, APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay. Have you guessed children where our quiz questions are running around? Yes, you are right. Our quiz questions are running around presidents' names. Here is the photo. Yes, you won't take a second also to identify the person. Yes, the right answer is, you are absolutely right. The right answer is APJ Abdul Kalam. Yes, you know children, he was not only a president, he was also a scientist, writer and a motivator. As a scientist, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam played a vital role in the development of the ballistic missile and nuclear weapon program and he was popularly known as Missile Man of India and People's President. Okay. He served as the 11th president of our country. Now, we shall go to the next slide. Here are the options. The options are like this. Option A, V.V. Giri. Option B, Zakir Hussain. Option C, Ramaswamy Venkataraman and option D, Ramnath Kovind. And here is the picture. Children, if you want clue, I will give you one clue now. He served as the 3rd president of our country. Okay. Can you have a guess now? Okay. Now, we shall see the right answer. The right answer is Zakir Hussain. He was the 3rd president of our country. Now, we are moving to the next slide. Here is the picture. The person in the picture served as the 8th president of our country. Before he becoming the president, he also served as the Minister of Industry, Minister of Finance and also Minister of Defence. And the options are like this: Shankar Dayal Sharma, Ramaswamy Venkataraman, Ramnath Kovind and K.R. Narayan. Shall we look into the right answer? The right answer is Ramaswamy Venkataraman. He was the 8th president of our country. Children, now we shall have a look at all our elected 14 presidents of our country. The first president of India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Second president, Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Third president, Zakir Hussain. Fourth president, V.V. Giri. Fifth president, Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad. Sixth president, Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy. He was the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh also. And seventh president, Gyani Zail Singh. Eighth president, R. Venkataraman. Ninth president, Shankar Dayal Sharma. 10th president, K.R. Narayan. And 11th president of India, APJ Abdul Kalam. 12th president, Srimati Pratibha Patil. 13th president, Pranav Mukherjee. And now the present Honorable President, Ramnath Kovind. Okay children, I think now you brush up your knowledge regarding all our 14 elected presidents. Now we shall move to the lesson Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. This lesson is an extract from the message which Sri R. Venkataraman, former President of India, wrote to the book Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, The Man and His Message, a commemorative volume edited by Sri Sudarshan Agarwal. As an author, let us have short introduction with Ramaswamy Venkataraman. Ramaswamy Venkataraman was a lawyer, independence activist and politician who served as a union minister of our country, and he was the 8th president of India. He was born in 1910, Tanjavur district of Tamil Nadu. He was also a member of the Constituent Assembly responsible for India's constitution. In 1987, he became the President of India. He received several honors including Tamrapatra for participating in the freedom movement. He died on January 27, 2009 in Delhi. Now, let us enrich our vocabulary with new words. Here is the first word for you children. The word is insatiable, which means that cannot be satisfied. ಅಂದರೆ ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಆಗದೇ ಇರೋದು ಅನ್ನೋ ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಕಾಣ್ತೀವಿ. The usage will be like this: Gayatri had an insatiable desire for knowledge. That means Gayatri wants to read more and more books. Is it good or bad children? Yes, we should have insatiable desire for knowledge. It's always good. We can become the champion in all subjects. Okay, now we shall go to the next word, voracious. The meaning of the word voracious is very eager for knowledge. That means ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನದಾಹ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ. Ritvik is a voracious reader of historical novels. That means Ritvik wants to read more and more books regarding historical novels. He was very much passionate for reading books ಅಂತನೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. The next word is here for you, curtailing, which means to reduce or to limit. ಅಂದರೆ ಕಡಿತಗೊಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಮಿತಿಗೊಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Anushka had to curtail her speech when time ran out. Here is the next word children, upliftment, which means improvement of community. Mahatma Phule strived for the upliftment of the depressed classes. ಅಂದರೆ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಫುಲೆ ಅವರು ಹಿಂದುಳಿದ ವರ್ಗಗಳ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗಾಗಿ ಶ್ರಮಿಸಿದ್ರು ಅನ್ನೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಬಳಸಬಹುದು. Amelioration, which means improvement or the act of making something better. The usage of the sentence will be like this: regular exercises can provide gradual amelioration of anxiety. The next word is authentic voices, which means genuine or authorized voice. Nelson Mandela became an authentic voice for civil rights movements around the world. ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವರು ಅದರ ಧ್ವನಿ ಆದರು ಅನ್ನೋ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅಥೆಂಟಿಕ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಧ್ವನಿ ಆಗೋದು, ಅದರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಿಲ್ಲೋದು ಅನ್ನುವ ಅರ್ಥ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತೇವೆ. ಇಂಡಿಫ್ಯಾಟಿಗಬಲ್, ವಿಚ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ನೆವರ್ ಗಿವ್ ಅಪ್. ನೆವರ್ ಗಿವ್ ಅಪ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಗುರಿ ಮುಟ್ಟುವ ತನಕ ನಿಲ್ಲದೇ ಇರೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಶತಾಯಗತಾಯ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡೋದು ಅಂತ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. For many years, Annie has been an indefatigable campaigner for human rights. Next word is flair. Flair means aptitude or talent or gift. He has a flair for languages. He had a flair for drawing. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅವನು ತುಂಬ ಜಾಣ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅವಳು ತುಂಬ ಜಾಣೆ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ತುಂಬ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಫ್ಲೇಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಎವಿಡೆಂಟ್, ವಿಚ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಸೀನ್ ಆರ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್, ಅಂದರೆ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅಂತ. ರೆಬೆಕಾಸ್ ಕರೇಜ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಹರ್ ಇಲ್ನೆಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಎವಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಟು ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಅವಳ ಒಂದು ಧೈರ್ಯ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ. ಡಿವಾಲ್ವ್, ವಿಚ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ಪಾಸ್ಡ್ ಟು ಸಂಬಡಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಟು ಅದರ್ಸ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ವಹಿಸೋದು, ಕೊಡೋದು ಅಂತ. ಲಲಿತಾ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಡಿವಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಹರ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಟು ಹರ್ ಡಾಟರ್. ಟೈರನಿ, ವಿಚ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರೂಯಲ್, ಅನ್ಜಸ್ಟ್, ಅಪ್ರೆಸಿವ್ ರೂಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರೂರತನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಈ ವರ್ಡನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬಳಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಎ ಟೈರಾನಿಕಲ್ ರೂಲರ್. ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಪದವನ್ನು ಬಳಸಬಹುದು. And now let us have a look at a short profile of Dr. BR Ambedkar.
Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar was born on 14th April 1891 in Maho, town of Madhya Pradesh, India. He was the son of Ramji Maloji Sakpal and Bhima Bai. His father served in the Indian Army at the Maho cantonment. He became one of the first Dalit to obtain a college education in India, eventually earning a law degree and doctorates for his study and research in law, economics and political science. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar is popularly known as Baba Saheb. He was an Indian jurist, political leader, philosopher, anthropologist, historian, orator, economist, teacher, editor, prolific writer, revolutionary and a revivalist for Buddhism in India. He started political parties such as Scheduled Caste Federation, Independent Labour Party and Republican Party of India. He became the first law minister of India. He became the chairman of the Constitution Drafting Committee. He is best known as the principal architect of the Indian Constitution and a champion of Dalit rights. For his contributions, he was awarded with Bodhisattva Award in 1956. He was posthumously awarded with one of the prestigious award in our country, that is Bharat Ratna, in 1990. And he was awarded with First Columbian of their times in 2004 and the Greatest Indian Award in 2012. He died on 6th December 1956 at his home in Delhi.
Children, now we shall learn some interesting facts about Dr. BR Ambedkar. All of you look at your textbook and also listen to my words. You know children, Dr. BR Ambedkar was a voracious reader. He had an insatiable thirst for books. He bought books by curtailing his daily needs. What do you understand by this? He was a voracious reader. He loves to read more and more books. He was very much passionate towards reading books. He had an insatiable thirst for books and he bought books by curtailing his daily needs. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರ ದಿನನಿತ್ಯದ ಒಂದು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರು ಕಡಿಮೆಗೊಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವರು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬುಕ್ಸನ್ನು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ. And Here are the two examples or two instances that proves that he was a voracious reader. In New York, he was said to have purchased about 2000 old books. Can you imagine, children? 2000 old books he has purchased. And at the time of second round table conference in London, he bought so many books that they had to be sent to India in 32 boxes. Really, he was crazy about reading books. I think this passion of reading books only took him to such a prestigious position in the society, and he had become a visionary in the society. Now, we shall have a look at two influencing factors in the life of Dr. BR Ambedkar, children. So, which are the two factors that made him a visionary in the society? The first factor is like that. When he was in the USA, he was drawn to the 14th Amendment of the Constitution of the USA, which gave freedom to the black Americans. And he saw at once the parallel of the situation for the depressed classes in India. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಅಮೆರಿಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಕಪ್ಪು ಜನಾಂಗದ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ದೌರ್ಜನ್ಯವನ್ನು ತಡಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನಿಕವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ತಿದ್ದುಪಡಿಯನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 14th ಅಮೆಂಡ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಕಪ್ಪು ಜನಾಂಗಕ್ಕೆ. ದೆ ಗಾಟ್ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಅದೇ ಸಿಚುಯೇಷನನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ಕಾಣ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್, ಹಿಂದುಳಿದ ವರ್ಗದ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ದೌರ್ಜನ್ಯ. ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಪರಿಹಾರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವರು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ. The second influencing factor was that on his return to India, he was greatly influenced by the life and works of Mahatma Phule, the votary of classless society and women's upliftment. It impressed Baba Saheb's mind, and he decided to devote all his time and talents for the amelioration, which means the improvement of his underprivileged brother. And you should note one more point here, children. During the same period, Gandhiji also worked for the upliftment of the depressed classes, whom Gandhiji had termed as Harijanas, whereas Dr. BR Ambedkar termed them as Dalits. Both of them worked for the same cause, but Gandhiji termed as Harijanas and Dr. BR Ambedkar termed as Dalits. And to make his dream come true and create awareness among the depressed classes, Dr. BR Ambedkar started newspapers such as Mukanayak, Bahishkat Bharat and Samata, which became the authentic voices of the depressed classes. And not only the newspapers, children, he set up institutions such as Hitakarini Sabha, Independent Labour Party of India, which became the vehicle of change, during which Baba Saheb Ambedkar was elected to the Bombay Legislative Assembly in the elections under the Constitution of India Act 1935. Baba Saheb made effective contributions to the debates in the assembly on a variety of subjects. His flair for legislative work became evident to the whole nation. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿದಂತಹ ಭಾಷಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಏನು ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಅಭಿರುಚಿ ಇತ್ತು, ಈಗ ಸಂವಿಧಾನಿಕ ವಿಷಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತೆ, ಕಾನೂನಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂಥ ವಿಷಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನು ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿರುಚಿ, ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದು ಇಡೀ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ. Soon, the Constituent Assembly of India offered Dr. BR Ambedkar the opportunity to give the most notable and permanent shape to his social philosophy and to his undying faith in the dignity of human beings. Observing his capabilities and skills in the field of law and legislations, the Indian National Congress requested Dr. BR Ambedkar to serve on the drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly and made him its chairman. And there were other luminaries also in the committee like Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, K.M. Munshi and N. Gopalaswamy Iyengar, who played a major role to the process of constitution making. In this vital process, Ambedkar was remembered and considered as the pilot of the various provisions of the Indian Constitution. You know children, as a orator, anthropologist and a jurist, the important work devolved on Ambedkar was to explain with a combination of tact and frankness and utmost patience the meaning and scope of the different provisions of the drafting constitution. You know children, why this major responsibility devolved on Dr. BR Ambedkar? Because he had the rare gift of unraveling the most complicated legal concepts in a language which the layman understood. ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾನೂನಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಅದು ಶ್ರೀ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿ ಆರ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ತರವಾದಂತಹ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಲಾಯಿತು. In this process, Dr. Ambedkar was aided by the indefatigable constitutional advisor B.N. Rao. Okay children, now let us recapitulate with what we have learned so far. Here is a first question for you children. How do you say that Ambedkar was a voracious reader? To prove that he was a voracious reader, you have to give two instances that given in the textbook. Your answer will be like this. Ambedkar had an insatiable thirst for books. Second point, he bought books by curtailing his daily needs. The two instances are like this. In New York, he bought 2000 books. At the time of the Round Table Conference in London, he bought so many books that they had to be sent to India in 32 boxes. And here is a second question. Which were the newspapers started by Ambedkar? Okay, the answer is like this. The newspapers started by Ambedkar were Mukanayak, Bahishkat Bharat and Samata. Here is a third question children. Who was the great person who influenced Ambedkar for the reformation of the society in India? The person who influenced Ambedkar for the reformation of the society in India was Mahatma Phule. Okay children, here is the fourth question for you. How did the 14th amendment to the US Constitution influence Ambedkar? Your answer should be like this. While Ambedkar was in the USA, he was drawn to the 14th amendment of the Constitution of the USA, which gave freedom to the black Americans. He saw at once the parallel of the situation for the depressed classes in India. Okay children, you know children, Ambedkar was a multi-talented personality. He was a jurist, he was an anthropologist, he was a writer, he was a philosopher and many more things. He had great ideologies towards the society. So, let us brush up our knowledge with the famous quotes of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Here is the first quote. I like the religion that teaches liberty, equality and fraternity. And the second quote, life should be great rather than long. And the third quote is like this, religion and slavery are incompatible. A great man is different from an eminent one in that he is ready to be the servant of the society. I measure the progress of a community by the degree of progress which women had achieved. Let us move to the next segment, that is practice writing. You know children, writing plays the major role in our life like all other skills. So, whatever you learn in the school, that you should correlate with your daily life or it will be wasted. Now, let us take an example of writing or filling the applications. Which are the situations that come across in your life for filling the applications? Let us have a look into that. Now, as a student, you need to get admission for a school, then when you go to school for a admission, you need to fill the application form. And also when you complete your 10th standard education, you need to get admission for a college. There if you want to join for a college, there also you should fill the application form. As soon as you finish your education, so if you want to search for a job, then you need to prepare your biodata, then also you should fill the form. And when you visit a bank or a post office, there if you want to open an SBI account, or if you want to deposit your amount in the bank, or if you want to fill the FD form or RD form, like this many more situations will come across in your life. And also when you want to reserve a ticket in the railway station or a bus station, there also you should fill the application forms. So, these are the situations. Then which are the important points that we should keep in our mind to fill the application form? Okay, let us listen to it now.
While writing any application forms, we need to keep some important points in our mind. They are: we should carefully read the instruction given in that application. Particular of the student or the candidate should be filled with capital letters. Each and every detail should be filled correctly without mistake. If you are not filling any column, you should scratch or draw a line. If any attachments needed, for example, Aadhaar card, mass card, date of birth certificate, you should take the xerox of it and attach it. If you find place for photo, you should paste it in the particular place. Lastly, you should not forget to put your signature with the date. These are all the important points you need to learn while filling any application.
Okay children, now we are moving to the next segment, that is home assignment. Here is a home assignment and very easy assignment I am giving you. So, in the page number 78 it is already given. Imagine you are booking a railway ticket to visit Delhi. Give your personal details in the reservation requisition form that furnished in your textbook. You just have a look at the page number 78 children. There is a form. You get the xerox of it, fill it thoroughly and submit it to your teacher. Okay. And also students, when you have a look at your textbook, you will have a QR code. What is this QR code? If you scan the QR code, you can watch this lesson again there. And also you can have access to all the learning materials regarding this lesson. Okay. Make use of it. Now, the last segment, that is message. See, already I told you children, whatever you learn in the lesson, you have to connect it with your daily life. So, in this lesson definitely you must have some message. What is the message you got from this lesson? We should also develop thirst for knowledge. Just like Dr. BR Ambedkar, we should become voracious reader. We should read more and more books and we should become champions in all our subjects. And we should cultivate the habit of reading books, not only our textbook, the autobiographies of great personalities. This is the message what I want to give you in this episode. Thank you very much children. Have a nice day.